And we are back to day 2 Tailor Tales and Caine's route in commentary. I am the host, Ary, and that is, I guess, the intro done. So, let's continue. Bring on that spicy CG that I'm waiting for. Okay, my bets are still like, okay, this is the night we wanna go stargazing. And my bets are still, like, this is the only night that we have on this vacation, that the girls are not gonna share a room, even though that's what's, like, said. The girls are gonna share the room, the boys are gonna share the other room. I bet it's not gonna happen, because this is a romance game. It is an Otome, it is a dating sim, so... we are gonna share a room with Caine. I don't know how it happens, but I bet it will happen. This chapter or the next. Anyway, we are standing out of the cabin. That means Caine and me, I suppose. It's almost midnight at this point. Caine's got his camera with him as well as a small tripod. He definitely came prepared. Sarah and Kevin are staying behind, opting to go to bed early. I look up at the sky, but because there's still some light pollution from the nearby city, the stars aren't as bright. We need to go to a deserted part of the beach. At least the sky is clear, I muse out loud. Caine looks a little excited. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll be able to see it clearly with the naked eye. Let's find a good spot. I take out my phone to look at the best spot to view the stars and find one that's pretty close to us. Yeah, there's apps for that and stuff. It's really amazing. About half an hour walk. That's reasonable. Are you ready? Caine throws his tripod over his shoulder. Damn right I am. Caine starts walking away from the cabin without waiting for me. I quickly run after him. Right before arriving at the beach, Caine stops and turns to look at me. Close your eyes, he says. Huh? Why? There's this little lopsided grin on his face, so boyish and full of charm. Because it will look even better. Well, I can't walk when I can't see, I argue. Caine throws his camera around his neck, freeing up one hand. He reaches for my own hand and grabs it. I'm thankful it's dark, because that threw me for such a loop, it made my heart start to race. Caine's hand feels warm and soft. It's making me a little nervous. You're really going to guide me?
Huh?
Why? You don't trust me? For some reason, his question stumps me for a few seconds. Do I trust Caine? I mean, sure, when I first met him, I was apprehensive and on guard around him. I was worried he was going to steal or get me into trouble. There's no point in denying that I didn't trust him at first. But now that I've gotten to know him, seen all the different sides of him, I guess part of me has started to see him in a new light. That's why I close my eyes for him. Alright, but you better not ruin that trust, I warn him. There will be hell to pay if you make me walk into a tree. I mean, I could, he trails off. Hey! Come on, give me a little credit here. I'm not a douchebag. Not now. Before, no? Caine then tugs on my hand, trying to get me to walk forwards. A little hesitant, I take my first step forward. It's a little mysterious, unable to see anything, and simply focusing on Caine's hand as he pulls me towards the beach. My footsteps are slow and unsteady, sinking into the sand, sometimes stepping on a seashell. The ocean waves are getting louder. Suddenly, every sense of mine is heightened. Even Caine's hand feels more intensive. I kind of really like it. Caine slows down his pace, and I match it until we both come to a halt. Okay, this seems like a good spot. Caine finally releases my hand. So can I open them? I ask, a little impatient. In a second, let me set down my tripod and camera. I hear him scuffling in the background as I patiently wait for him to set up his equipment. Then I feel Caine wrap his hand around my wrist. He's tugging on it. Sit down. I lower myself onto the sand, hearing Caine sit down as well. Now can I open them? Go right ahead. I finally open my eyes. Aww. I mean, they don't look like they're sitting down, but whatever. A gorgeous view greets my eyes. The sky is littered with stars. I've never seen that many before in my life. But the most breathtaking part of it all, the Milky Way. A patch of glowing dust stretching across the heavens, twinkling ever so slightly. I've never seen the Milky Way with my own eyes before, but now that I have, it's so mesmerizing I can't tear my eyes away from it. The beach is deserted. We're the only ones here at the moment. Wow. I breathe out slowly. It's amazing. I've never seen anything so gorgeous before. From the corner of my eye, I can see Caine slightly turn his head towards me. Yeah. Pretty. My heart flips inside my chest. But you're not even looking at the sky. I mean, I'm gonna say the other one, okay? So, like, let's have a little bit of fun, even though it's not the moment for it. I mean, it is, you know what I mean. But you're not even looking at the sky. Flustered, Caine quickly turns away from me. Shut up. Feeling a little bold, I press the issue. Are you calling me pretty, or the stars? Obviously the stars. Ah, I say, unable to hide my disappointment. You didn't have to deny it so rigorously. That feels like such a blow to my ego. You, too. And just like that, my head is oiled up again and running even faster. Caine gets up from his spot and starts messing around with his camera. I'm gonna take some pictures now. Okay, so let's take the other one now. I'm so glad I got to see this with you. I say with a smile. Caine rubs the back of his neck, feeling timid. You're always saying cheesy stuff. Is there anything wrong with that? I guess not, he shrugs. I'm just not used to people being... Caine's eyes meet with mine. General. My heart skips a beat. His eyes are so gorgeous with the starry sky backdrop. I'm not lying. I'm really glad we came here together. Quickly looks away from me, trying to hide the blush on his face. Caine gets up from his spot and starts messing. I mean, it's not. It's I saw him look at me. Okay, I don't need confirm. I need confirmation. Yeah, that was great English just there, but whatever. And yeah, this was like kind of a deep moment where he told me something, right? I like that more. Caine gets up from his spot and starts messing around with his camera. I'm gonna take some pictures now. I wrap my arms around my legs, staring up at the beautiful, starry sky. It really makes one feel insignificant, thinking about the fact that the Earth is just a little speck in the universe. The shutter of the camera closes as Caine takes his first picture. I hit the shutter several times in a row. He's taking a bunch of pictures, one after the other. Wanna see? He asks, unable to hide his excitement. I get up from my spot and walk towards his tripod, staring at the little screen on his camera. It's showing the last picture he took of the sky. Wow! I didn't realize you could zoom in that far. I'm amazed at the detail the camera has captured. I'm using an ultra-wide angle lens. They can capture a lot of the sky, he explains. Oh, so that's why it looks so detailed. I mean, I'm just using a budget lens. Your friend Sarah is the one with the real expensive lenses. I noticed the one she was carrying around. I honestly have no idea. I wouldn't be able to tell how much anything costs. But regardless, those pictures turned out really good. Caine smiles at me, happy that I'm showing interest in his hobby. Wanna see something cool? Sure! Caine goes back to fiddling around with his camera settings, then presses down the shutter button. I can hear the camera whirling for a few seconds before the shutter finally closes. I just took a long exposure picture of the stars, which means you can see the sky moving, right? The stars have turned into streaks across the sky. Oh wow, that's neat. They look like shooting stars. For a while, Caine remains quiet as I study the picture. The sound of the ocean has a relaxing effect on me. I feel so at ease with Caine. Out here on the beach. You think... He starts out in a quiet voice. I straighten my back to look at him. Do you think I could take a picture of you? Oh, I did not expect it at all. Oh, that's so cute. Of course you can. But why me? I guess I wanted to take a picture of him earlier too, so... I guess I already did when he was sleeping in the convenience store, apparently. Didn't even catch that. I'm surprised he'd asked. Seeing the expression on my face, Caine immediately shakes his head at me. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see your face or anything really. Just your silhouette. No one would be able to tell it's you. I think it would look cool against the Milky Way backdrop. He rattles off in a rushed voice. Slow down. It's okay, I reassure him. You can take one. Caine looks relieved. But why don't we take one together? I think that could look rather... romantic, he suggests. Surprised he'd call it romantic, my heart ends up beating even faster. The thought of taking a romantic picture with Caine is definitely messing with my hormones. With my hormones, okay. Caine looks down at the sand, unable to meet my gaze. I have to contain my laughter, man. Hi, he stutters. Never mind, that sounds stupid. It's not stupid, I think it sounds romantic too. For a brief moment, Caine remains still. Awkwardly, he spins around and presses a few buttons on his camera in complete silence. Then he quickly walks towards the water. He beckons me to follow. I catch up to him, standing next to his side. It's on a timer. 60 seconds left, he explains. What do you want me to do? I ask, a little unsure. Nothing. Just be you. Me? What do you mean? Caine reaches for my arm and pulls me in closer. Here, stand close to me. The camera snaps the picture. Caine doesn't even bother answering me as he dashes towards the camera to look at the picture. I start walking in his direction as well. I look over his shoulder to see the picture. There are two dark silhouettes against the starry sky. That's the CG that we got, right? I said, like, it looks like they're standing. We're not in the center, as we're not the focus of the picture, but it looks really nice. Because the camera took the picture as Caine was pulling me closer, it looks like he's got his arm around my waist. We look like a couple. It's a rather romantic picture, and I sort of really want it as a wallpaper on my phone.
Oh.
Not my usual style, but it turned out pretty good. Can I have that one? I ask. Caine raises his eyebrows, then smiles at me. Sure, no problem. Gotta wait till I'm home on my laptop though. I'm a little sad to think about going home at this moment. The entire day has been so much fun, I don't want it to end. Caine ends up spending a little more time getting the shots he wants, while I sit in the sand, watching him work diligently. He's got a surprisingly large amount of passion behind his hobby. Watching the stars like this, I'm inspired too. The fashion show I was going to enter? I think I know what the theme I want to make now. What? I think I know what theme I want to make now. The stars have always been beautiful to me, but this time, it has totally captured my imagination. And it's also because of Caine's with me. I wouldn't feel the same without him. Caine finally plops down onto the sand with me. Done taking pictures, I ask? Yeah, I've got a ton. I'm satisfied. I lean back to look at the sky. I can stay and stare at this for hours and not get bored. What a day it has been. It feels much longer than usual. I stay quiet for a bit, lost in our own thoughts. Wait, we stay. Caine pulls his leg up to his chest, then takes a small breath. You asked me today why I did judo, right? I nod my head at him, wondering why he's bringing this up. Caine leans his chin on the top of his knees, staring at the gorgeous view in front of him. Bullies. Bullies. Slowly he turns his face toward me, peering at me through his long eyelashes. He's got this vulnerable look on his face, as if he's afraid I'd judge him. Bullies. You thought that would help you deal with them? Yeah. Seeing the look on his face, however, it sounds like it didn't help out much. My heart aches for him. I know how this feels. I finally want to share some of my own memories. You know, I used to get bullied in middle school. Caine raises both his eyebrows at me. He looks genuinely surprised.
Huh?
Really? Why? Why indeed? I don't know. Sometimes I guess I was too pushy and bossy. Other times I was too timid and weak. I could never get it right. People would tell me I was too stuck up. And if I tried to be nice, they would tell me to speak up more. I couldn't win. I flashed him a sad smile. You're not the only one with a bullied past, you know?
Oh.
I didn't know. You seem so great at dealing with people. I wasn't like that from the start. It took a lot of courage and hard work to get my self-confidence back. And people are still saying I have issues. Like, unable to accept criticism and whatnot. Those couple of years were definitely lonely, for sure. Caine looked right at me, his gaze then faltering. Yeah, lonely. A peaceful moment stretches between us, with the ocean waves filling up the silence in the background. We're both staring at the twinkling stars in the night sky. I recall my own memories when I was younger and didn't have any friends. It was a painful period for me, but luckily that changed when I entered high school, and I tried my best to make friends. Damn, that's way too relatable, okay? But the memories of being an outcast will forever linger with you, which is why I empathize with Caine so much. Today, I direct my gaze upon him once more. Asking me to join today, just thanks. It was fun. A warm feeling spreads throughout my body, forcing me to break out into a smile. Yeah, I had fun too. I'm glad I asked you to come. Caine finally lifts his chin up from his legs, staring at me. Why did you invite me? I mean, both are true, but like, we have to be honest right here. Like, it's because we wanted to be with him, right? We wanted a double date. Because I like being with you. Caine immediately ducks his head away from me, an incredulous expression on his face. I can tell he's bright red, trying to cover it up. How can you say it like that? Say it like what? Whenever you say shit like that, I can't tell if you're being serious or not. You're so hard to read. You confuse me. I'm not trying to confuse you, I'm being honest. Is that such a foreign concept to you? Yes, he immediately replied. Even that weird thing you did where you went back to pay for the ice cream when you could have easily gotten away with it. I didn't even realize people like you existed. Jeez, way to make me sound like some rare specimen.
Huh?
How do you do it? Do what? How do you stay so nice to people even though they aren't in return? That's a good question. That's actually a really fundamental question of life. Because this is how you get to be a good person, I think. It's really hard sometimes, but you should. You should definitely be still nice to people. I close my mouth, mulling over my answer. Does he want to know about my moral compass? Why I returned to pay for the ice cream even though I could have scored some free stuff instead? I mean, you said it yourself. You got bullied too. So I don't get it. Caine looks down at the sand with a forlorn look. People treating me like crap doesn't give me the right to treat others the same way. It really isn't that hard, Caine. You just treat people the way you want to be treated. That's it. True. Yeah, there's some shitty people in this world. I've been bullied in the past, and even in the present I still have to deal with them sometimes. But that's no excuse to do the same. I mean, an eye for an eye just leaves the world blind, right? Caine stays quiet. His eyebrows... what? His eyebrows knitted together in a very defined form. He's lost in his own thoughts. I can't do that. It's not like I'm a good enough person or anything. That's not true. I know deep down you're the same. Deep down? Caine doesn't believe a word I say. I mean, think about Chelsea. She's humiliated you and made your life miserable, no? Caine grits his teeth at me. Yeah, so? And yet, you still helped her out. You could have chosen not to, but hey, you did. He didn't think about it like that. I bumped my shoulder into Caine's, giving him a reassuring smile. See? You're a good person too. He turns his head very slightly towards me, flashing me a tiny bashful smile. He's like a little puppy, and I kind of want to hug him. I think that has more to do with the fact that you were the one that asked me to help her out. I don't think I would have helped her if I were alone. He stares at me, a smile appearing. But on the other hand... But you on the other hand, you would. You're crazy. Then he chuckles, a sound that lifts my heart as if I'm soaring through the night sky. Crazy and amazing. My cheeks feel like they're on fire as Caine's compliment bounces around in my chest like a bunch of endorphins being released. I'm unable to keep eye contact with him, feeling really quite happy hearing that coming from Caine. Ary? I feel bad for dragging you into my mess. That time in Boonmart, I mean. Pretending to be your girlfriend, you mean? Caine shakes his head. No, I mean... Wait, is he thinking about the kiss because he's thinking about doing it again? He looks at me, his eyes clear as the stars in the background. For randomly forcing a kiss on you. He then shyly turns away, rubbing the back of his neck. That part. You already apologized for that, I believe. I know, but... Caine rests his chin on top of his knees again, letting out a deep sigh. That wasn't cool of me. Honestly, while I was annoyed at the time that he kissed me without consent, I am over that anger right now. It's okay, I reassure him. I would like a heads up next time. I would like a heads up next time. Yeah, sure. Wait, what? Caine's eyes grow large. Next time. I shrug and smile at him. I'm not going to deny I want there to be a next time. Only this time around, I want it to be mutual. What? He repeats in a flustered voice. My hand sinks into the sand as I lean towards Caine, closing the distance between us. Daringly, I tilt my head so that our faces are only inches apart. Caine can't help but stare at me like a deer caught in headlights. He's turning redder by the second, his face matching his hair. I said I would like a heads up next time. Ask me or something. Ask. Caine gulps. I nod my head. What if you say no? There's only one way to find out. I smile mischievously at him. Caine's mouth drops open, but no words come out. He seems rather shocked at my assertiveness, but I'm not backing down now. I move just the tiniest bit closer, our nose almost touching. I can feel his breath on my face. I can count the freckles on his cheeks. He looks so frightened and embarrassed. I love seeing this side of him. Can I? Can you what? I tease him. And suddenly, his eyes glaze over, as if he's suddenly not afraid anymore. He tilts his head to the side, leaning in closer. His lips only barely touch mine. Can I kiss you? He asks in a husky tone. Oh god, yes. Aww. I answer his question by closing my eyes and finally pressing my lips against his. Caine immediately responds to my touch, pushing back like he's been hiding his inner feelings all this time. And right now, they're out in the open. Dude! He breaks apart just long enough to take in a large breath before he hungrily snatches my lips again, unable to leave them alone for too long. The sound of the ocean waves drowns into the background as my mind starts spinning. Caine's lips feel so warm and nice against mine. It's like he's breathing life into me. My heartbeat can't stop speeding up. I've been lying awake in bed at night, thinking about this moment. Now that it's here, I don't want it to stop. I grab the front of Caine's shirt, keeping him close to me. Our lips pull away, and then they're back together, as if they're magnetic. Each kiss is like a shock, so electrifying, so freeing. A hand creeps up my back until Caine buries it in my hair, cupping my head. He pushes me closer, clumsily trying to press every inch of our lips together. He's shaking. I can feel his entire body quake with nerves and excitement, but I'm the same way. Every moment and every touch, every movement, every touch is driving me crazy. Then Caine stops, leaving my lips alone. He flutters his eyes open, watching me with a glimmer in his eyes, not moving away from his position. He rests his forehead against mine, and we both take in a deep breath. Caine licks his own lips, an act that seems so extremely sexy to me right now. Slowly he raises his other hand and softly presses his thumb against my bottom lip. His cyan eyes are focused on my mouth. He's quivering all over, as if he's afraid this can all go wrong, but he doesn't have control over his actions anymore. Neither do I. He brushes over my lip, then gently tucks it down so that my mouth parts open. I let out a breath that I've been holding. His thumb feels so warm. Oh, okay. He then closes the gap between us again, his mouth on mine once more. Except this time, he plunges into my mouth with his slick tongue. That silver tongue that has said so many things to me is now slithering against mine, exploring. It's unrefined and unsurprisingly gentle. Caine's movement indicate he doesn't know what he's doing. But one thing is for sure, Caine isn't letting go until he's lapped up all of me with his tongue. Dude, please don't bust one in your pants right now. I roll my tongue against his. Okay, sorry, I'm containing my laughter. I roll my tongue against his, causing a deep moan to emerge from Caine's throat. Oh god, I didn't know he could sound like that. Slick and moist. Okay, don't use these words right now. Okay. Caine touches me in places that send shivers and shocks down my spine. This is so erotic. Don't say it like that though. Like, if you say it's erotic, is it still erotic? Whatever. It's hard to keep my breath steady. But then, his tongue slips out of my mouth, leaving behind a void that I didn't know existed. Okay, we're again on the screen, I guess. I blink open my eyes at him, just in time to see Caine pushing his hand against my shoulder, urging me to lie down in the sand. Climbs on top of me and captures my lips with a loud grunt. I wrap my arms around the back of his neck, locking him in place. I love the feeling on him on top of me. The warmth of his body feels like a protective blanket. Caine holds the side of my face with his hands, lustfully nibbling on my nips. No. You want something and you don't know if you're gonna get it? Hmm? Caine sucks so hard on them that I feel my blood rushing towards the surface. His tongue licks the bottom with a heavy breath, begging me for entrance. Who am I to deny it? He steals my breath away as we exchange strokes with our tongues. I'm locked with him in his endless kiss, making everything I feel for Caine so much more heightened. Then he retreats, hovering over my body as he stares at me with his wanton expression. I've never seen that look on his face, but at the side, in this moment, it's my favorite one so far. Yeah, you like the bedroom eyes, do you? The ocean suddenly grows louder until I realize a wave washes over my arm, putting me back into reality and breaking the spell Caine has cast over me. The equipment! Dang! I shriek and quickly get up, flinging Caine off of me, escaping the small wave of water. My arm got wet. Caine sits in the sand, a little dazed. He sees the water dripping from my hand, and we exchange a look. I crack a grin at him. He grins back. His delight expression makes my heart flutter wildly. I extend a hand to Caine. Come on, we should probably head back now. Caine accepts my hand, but instead of getting up, he pulls me down. I stumble forward and crash into his chest, cradled in his lap. Flustered, I look up at him. What? Caine cuts off my words with his tongue, giving me a tender kiss. It's short and chaste compared to what we were doing before, but it doesn't stop my heart from beating 1,000 miles a minute. He leans back, gazing at me, taking all of me in with those cyan eyes of his. Yeah, let's. He breathes off softly. That man knows what he wants, and if he knows, like, he knows he can get it too. So yeah, he's gonna be super cocky now. We finally make our way back to the cabin. It's dark and quiet inside, so I turn on the light. Caine places down his camera equipment at the front floor. He stops in his tracks when he notices the open door to my room. I follow the direction of his gaze and stare at my room. It's empty. Sarah isn't in it. Where's Sarah? Both of us look at the other room. The door is closed and there's a sock on the handle. Oh no! What? The cogs in my mind start turning. A sock on the door. Okay, Sarah's in there with Kevin. Gross. Caine exclaims loudly. Doesn't he see the issue here? If Sarah is in Caine's room, that means Caine can't sleep in that room. And he has to sleep in my room. I mean, we did just make out on the beach, and I'm still riding that wave of endorphins, but this is making things a little too exciting. I knew it, but I didn't think they would put a sock just on the door, that's it. Caine rubs the back of his neck, looking down at the floor. I guess I can't go in there. I mean, don't say it like that, maybe, but you know. You can sleep with me, I offer. Yeah, don't say it like that. Caine halts all movement, standing completely still. He then turns bright red. Huh? What? Oh, come on, I don't bite. Probably. But you and me in the same bed? He asks incredulously. You didn't seem to mind very much when you had me pinned down in the sand. Caine clamps his mouth shut and turns away from me. That's different. Welcome to sleep on the dingy couch instead, you know? No thanks. Alright, then we share a bed. Really don't take no. I mean, you know what? If you give me that much crap, how about I don't offer it to you? Hmm? You need to sleep. You need to sleep somewhere else. I'm not offering my bed to you now. Caine's gaze settles on a small couch in the living room. I guess I can take the couch. Well, that's not fair. You paid for your room after all. Got any other options? He grunts at me. Then he looks at the open door of my room. Oh, he's thinking about sleeping in the same room as me. The same bed. I mean, we could. He trades off, heavily implying we should. I feel myself getting embarrassed at sharing a bed with him, but I also don't want him to sleep on the couch. Never mind, forget it. He shakes his head. I bite down my lip. It's just sleeping, right? It's okay, I say quietly. We're just sleeping. And it's not like that's such a huge deal when we were kissing each other before. Yeah, just sleeping, he agrees. But Caine's face is red too. You sure you're okay with that? It's alright. We can blame everything on Sarah tomorrow. I shoot him a small smile. I walk towards the bedroom with Caine, quietly following me behind. I can hear my heart pound in anticipation when I enter the small room. Like, what will happen now though? I mean, whatever. The double bed stares back at me. I was supposed to be sharing it with my best friend Sarah. Instead, I'll be sharing it with Caine, whom I have become very acquainted with in the past hour. Okay, I should probably not let my thoughts go haywire. It doesn't need to turn into anything. We're just sleeping. Probably. I reach for my bag that's next to the bed and pull out my nightgown. I hold it close against my body. Then my eyes lock onto Caine's, who's awkwardly standing near the door. Can you, turn around? I ask. Caine sees the nightgown in my hands and he quickly whirls around. I'll just go brush my teeth. He hastily exits the room. Now that I've got some privacy, I get dressed into the nightgown. It's pretty thin and very short. If I bend over just a little bit, I'm pretty sure you would be able to see my butt. That short, eh? When you're gonna sleep with your girlfriend? I mean, you know, nobody, like, I don't want to judge, but like, you know, it's kind of a bit weird. You're pretty close with her then. Because it might be like it's just one bed, you might touch each other. You don't want to, like, I'm not, you know what I mean, right? It's kind of a little bit weird. I was expecting to sleep with Sarah, so I didn't really think about appropriate sleepwear. Now that there's a guy in the mix, it feels really intimate. I pull it down a little, silently cursing it for being so short. This is making me really nervous. Caine enters the room again, loudly clearing his throat. Then I catch him looking at me, his gaze going down from head to toe, and I suddenly feel way more naked than I really am. I hold in my breath as I feel like he's silently undressing me with his eyes. With rosy cheeks, Caine looks away. Hey, don't just blush after blatantly checking me out. Bathroom's free. Not wanting to stay here any second longer with my very short nightgown, I hop out of the bedroom to flee towards the bathroom. We're just sharing a bed. I don't need to act so on edge. But we kissed too. This has been such a roller coaster of emotions today. And of course that's the end. Well, but it was fun. And yeah, we are going to get something really steamy next time, I suppose. And my predictions came true, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. Find out next time how this will resolve. And yeah,